Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total Warhammer 3 here today on the channel. We have episode 7 of my Grand Cathay series, playing as Miao, Ying, the Storm Dragon, as the Northern Provinces. Here today we have the secondary attack on the Great Bastion, which we have to throw back and deal with the consequences of in today's episode. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. We're currently restructuring Miao Ying's army after capturing the Khorne Demon Prince's soul in the last episode. We still have Nurgle, Slaanesh, and Tzeentch to deal with. But now, this is the secondary attack on the Great Bastion. There is a lot of stacks over in the wasteland there. Got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly as well, of course, for sending me early access and making this Let's Play possible. So a huge thank you to them. Okay, so diplomacy-wise, most of Cathay is now fully under my control, or my brother's control, with Xiaoming the Storm Dragon. We can go with Celestial Lake again. Caravan-wise, we're sending them, well, to the, I guess, ogre-occupied city of Marienburg. Marienburg has fallen, and we're making our way to the back end of the tech tree. Trade is currently flowing throughout Cathay. Now we've got a bunch of tradable resources. And we're looking good on the objective front as well. We just have to do those 3 additional realms. And maybe a little bit more. So we have been attacked here at the Snake Gate by 2 full stacks. And that will be the first battle of today's episode. Let's repel it before they stay there too long. Okay, so we're only going to drag 1 in. And we've got our own additional reinforcements there. So it's a decisive victory in the Order Resolve. But seeing we haven't fought for quite some time on the Great Bastion. And the Kurgan Warband this time brought up some mammoths and some trolls, which would be quite cool, as their armies have gotten better. Let's fight this one and start off this episode with a bang. Alright, so that's what I really want to be dealing with in today's episode. Throwing back these armies that have emerged westward and over the Great Bastion. And we, you know what? I did this before, but we might actually launch some lightning raids and potentially strikes as well on some of that territory over there, because it is worth to sack it, get the financial bonus and the skill upkeep, and then also destroying it weakens the chaos enemies over there. But luckily those reinforcements from the Snake Gate are actually, well, deploying with us. Also, since the last couple of episodes, I bought a brand new mouse, so we shouldn't have this double-clicking problem that I was experiencing. Like, maybe in some of my gameplay, some of you guys noticed that, like, I would give an attack order and then it would, like, instantly move within, like, a second. Like, I'm a big fan of Logitech stuff. Like, I'm not even sponsored by them. I always just buy Logitech stuff. And I really like the feel of the Logitech Hero mouse, like, for years. I've had, like, I think, like, I've tried so many mouses. Like, I had a Razer Death Adder for a bit. I like that. But, like, I've tried SteelSeries. I just Logitech mouses. I just think they're the best. And I've had, like, 2 Logitech Heroes in 4 years, but they just, like, bust. Just because I use them all day, every day. But I upgraded to a wireless one now. Logitech, which is really quite nice. Alright, so let's have a look at the warband that have attacked the Snake Gate. So we're actually not defending within the Snake Gate. I thought it was a smart idea to march and rally out before they essentially whittle down our numbers. But we should be able to get some smooth cinematic gliding on over. So a bunch of Jade Warriors in this build, 3 units of crossbows, mostly peasant bowmen. So I've made a strong long front line with Jade Warriors, secondary line with crossbowmen and bowmen. Then we've got our Iron Hail Gunners on the right hand side, and we'll chuck 2 units of peasants just behind, just in case if a cavalry or a hound unit decides to make a play, we can quickly move the peasants in front to protect the gunners. Alright, so we do have a wind spell ability here. So I think the smart thing is to move my dragon-blooded Shogungur to the front line, and we'll try and basically do something like that and make it go all the way down and clip every single Chaos Marauder unit there. Oh my god, it's just going on through. What a tirade. So thankfully my general now is currently on aerial back, so a little bit of damage on all them, which is good, and we can move him in and out where we can. So at the end of the day, we're not attacking them, so if we can get them to attack us, that would be ideal. And it does look like they're now moving, but the back units there will clip on some of them, so I do have to be a little bit careful here, because the Marauders do have skirmishing ability, although it is very limited because they're only essentially throwing axes. We have 57 minutes to win this battle, and I moved my peasant horsemen just on the left hand side there. I might even reform them and push them further back just to act as a calculation for the AI to make. I don't think I'm going to charge them in at some point because they're very quite weak, but if they can come at us one at a time, this is what I'm talking about, we're going to be laughing. We're going to be able to take out these guys super easy, one by one, if they do that. But they are charging. I don't know why that unit is so far up there. I think I've miscast that. It was probably 3 seconds from the point where I called the spell to the movement, but it was probably like 5 in actuality, where it needed to be like a perfect time hit. Okay, 2 units are just going back and forth there, so they're being distracted well. They've got a general unit super close here. He's only level 1. It's that Kurgan Warband. We haven't allowed him to go up in stats at all. We have fought the Warband once before, mostly just Marauders, but this time around, as the Great Bastion is further under threat, and as you get further into your campaign, they do tend to bring mammoths. And they are just smashing and trashing their way on through those poor Jade Warriors. Come on, archers, refocus your firepower at the elephants, bring them down. My Iron Hail gunners here have smashed through a unit of trolls that have tried to push up. And if one unit pushes out, I might actually get my peasants to attack. Okay, so now that we're starting to hit them, the mammoths are now enraged, which is good. Oh my god, we're reducing its health massively. So being on a little bit of elevation there and some high ground, those Iron Hail gunners are going to smash anything that encroaches. I might even try and pivot and swing them around. Okay, so it does look like the majority of the enemy force are coming closer to the mound here. My archers are doing okay. We have clipped some of our units with that spell, but some of these Jade Warriors are getting an absolute battering here. Okay, so I'm going to give out some attack orders, because there's at least 7 infantry units not doing anything. Alright, that Marauder unit, although it's a Marauder unit and these are only peasant horsemen, we're going to be able to surround them from multiple sides, so we're good. Alright, let's swing around here. What else have we got for you? Maybe just try and reduce your efficacy. So it's about a 70% in our favour. I don't think we're going to lose this one. I think it's all just about mitigating losses. So we should be able to surround this Marauder unit from both sides. It is far enough away from an enemy general for not to be overly too stable in its morale, so it might capitulate. We've managed to take out one mammoth. We're trying to take out another here now. Probably should have focused on them a bit earlier on the uptake. I was actually focusing on the units, but the mammoths, interestingly enough, pushed one condensed area. There goes another mammoth there, which is brilliant. Luckily, they're feral mammoths, so they do tend to spook and get dropped, as they don't have the armor or the morale. And then the armored variants that the Norskins can get. Okay, so we've smashed that Marauder unit there. So it was worth. We did lose a couple of peasant horsemen in the process. But hitting them from multiple sides, being away from the general units, working out. And now we're just absolutely peppering everything we've got. And we've brought down the mammoth. That's it. All the mammoths have been neutralized in this battle. Okay, unfortunately my Astromancer has been caught somehow. Alright, swing you peasants around and we'll try and get you guys in and involved. But it looks like the armies garrisoning on the Great Bastion have now been victorious once more. Victory. Victory here today. Let's try and run down as many of them as possible because we don't want to have to chase them into the Chaos Wastes. So we're at a really good position in the campaign. Now that we did a hybrid focus starting the campaign. We protected the Great Bastion, but we allowed the AI to try and take most of the initiative in defending it. Not throwing all my resources into it. It's about a 50-50. Half into expanding and conquering Cathay territory, half focusing on the wall. And now we're in a brilliant position where we've got 2 full stacks. We have the economical might to get the buildings in the gates that allow to have reduced upkeep and additional growth. So ideally we're going to get to a stage where I'm going to have 2 full fantastic stacks in the gates. Although one is controlled by Xiaoming the Iron Dragon, they're going to be basically going to have like no upkeep to them. We've got Miao Ying, and we've also got 2 other armies operating and protecting our lands because, well, I guess there's going to be 3 more other instances that rifts are going to emerge that we have to go deal with Nurgle, Zinch, and Slanesh at some point. Right, just trying to run down as many of these guys as possible. But yeah, we must have, I don't know exactly, but we must have 5. Yeah, 5 full armies in operation. And all of the Cathayan minor factions have all been either dissolved or incorporated into the northern provinces under Miao Ying or under the Iron Dragon, Xiaoming, with the western provinces. Bit of good first fight. We outnumbered them quite a bit. We did lose 500 because we manually played it. It probably would have been better to auto-resolve just because of those mammoths, to be honest. But it's a shame. Unfortunately, we didn't destroy the entire army, so it will flee back. We could give chase, but there's a couple of armies there, so I kind of want to use the gates as protection. Alright, welcome to the top of the turn. So the Turtle Gate has now been besieged. And we have an army up there which should be able to repel it. Demonic Frenzy. The rifts are gone. Okay, so we have to keep a watchful eye on that. Which I assumed before. Yes, Celestial Lake is what we want to go with. Like, Dragon Emperor's Wrath's okay, but just like the growth, the income, and the Winds of Magic is just way better than getting the attrition. Like, that might be worth maybe in the 3rd or 4th. If there's going to be a 5th attack on the Great Bastion, I don't even know. We'll just have to see. Alrighty. Any other quick deals? 64, still quite a way away. We can get military and defensive with the ogres, but I don't want to do so. And no non-aggressional packs, because you never know. You can't trust the ogres. They might actually end up attacking like Xiaoming or something, and then we get bad relations with him. Alright, so a decisive victory here. We'll auto-resolve this one. Oh, 780, so maybe... we would get better odds playing it. No, I just thought 500 was a little bit high. Maybe I was wrong in my assessment. But we're currently at a position where we're actually making a decent amount per turn because we've got most of the Cathayan Empire under our control. We've got additional reinforcements coming as well. Xiaoming is currently under siege, which is interesting. By 2 armies as well. I guess we'll keep an army nearby and on standby. Because that's an opportunity for me to take it. It's annoying that we don't have the Dragon Gate. And we're actually quite far away from actually getting the Confederation with him. Buildings-wise as well, you're most welcome to have a look. Growth started early on with military, and then I sort of pivoted in the last 30, 40 turns into trade, like a trade boom economy. Now that we're finding more factions on those caravans, it's actually worth. Because sometimes it's okay to be a little bit hidden in Warhammer, so you just don't get declared war upon by multiple factions. Okay, so the caravan encounter, lost patrol, some lost rangers, or we can get some forgotten warriors. Let's get some Kislev, boys. Why not? Oh, the western Great Bastion's been attacked. The Snake Gate now. Okay. So we've got another battle there. Oh, it might be that first army that we smashed. They've come back with some reinforcements. Lost 1,000, but it's okay because we've got crazy replenishment on the wall. But so far, we're managing. We are dealing with the threat of chaos beyond the wall. I might even get some fire rain rockets in here, as we are basically upgrading, maybe even slightly industrializing Miao Ying's army, particularly with more firepower and cannons and gunners. Okay, I've actually gone around as well and dished out a bunch of traits for all of my generals, because we've got a bunch of magical and ancillary items here as well. So here's Miao Ying's stats. She's level 27. What we want to sort of go down now is probably the Talons of the Night, because that's a really good vortex spell. I wanted to go down Lightning Strike and improving my units firstly. We've still got the Von Carstein Blade. Most of her magical items are now purple, which is awesome. And she's got more Celestial Dragon card coming. Astromancer, he's looking alright. Really the next thing is I want to try and get immortality for him. But the Wujing War Compass, we'll go with that, make him a little bit more mobile, because they do tend to get caught a little bit. Alright, and we've basically gone through who is the highest skilled. They therefore get the better ancillaries and equipment as well. But some of these have actually got on auto skills, because there's just so many to manage, which is a really nice feature in Warhammer, which you can do. Like, does it really matter about my 5th army in the middle of nowhere garrisoning? Okay, so, in the Imperial Road, I just saw this. There's actually a really cool building here that we've unlocked, because obviously this is the capital. Look at this, Paradise Gardens, and there's even, like, more here. Check this out. Control growth buildings. Like, that's a crazy building. Alright, so Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, has nearly got a brand new army. More crossbows. 2 units of fire rain rockets. We've kept the cannon as well, because this time around she's definitely going to need an army build like that if she's going to venture into the Chaos Realms. I don't know when that's going to happen though. Still keeping an eye on Miao Ying being under siege. I've actually moved my army out of the Turtle Gate here, because I've seen an opportunity to hit the fortress here. We have managed to previously raise some of these territories in previous episodes, but I think all we're doing here now, we're 53 turns in, we're just sort of turtling on the gate. We're waiting for the next lot of rifts. And why not maybe try and raise and destroy some of these fortresses. So let's have this one. We can't auto-resolve. We can't actually attack. We have to build some siege equipment. So let's have the battle for the Red Fortress. There's some quality units inside. Some aspiring champions. Forsaken as well. We have to watch out for. But let's move you up. A lot of Jade Warriors, a lot of crossbowmen. Should be enough to take the Red Fortress over the wall. Alright, back down in the south. Still got an army at the Snake Gate. Still got Miao Ying. And then we've obviously got our expeditionary force pushing eastward. I'm going to move Miao Ying north now, just in range, in striking range, let's say, of the Dragon Gate, just in case it falls, because I do want to be able to grab it for the northern provinces. Okay, you can't really do anything else, though. Yeah, so they are starving him out, but Zhao Ming is still there. The crazy fool. You forget how much his mind is corrupted by being susceptible and sort of exposed to all those warp stones down in the desert. Okay, so nothing too crazy here. Still a valiant defeat. We'll fight this one. It will be a tough one. Hopefully, we can take our first fortress westward over the wall. Now, we've got a couple of options if we are successful in taking it against the dreaded Woe. It is quite inhospitable. The construction cost is going to be huge. The time of it's going to be huge as well. The thing is, you forget in Warhammer how harsh those climate traits can be. So, I think we're going to probably raise it. I'm just curious to see how quickly the AI would react in getting it. But, look, if they, let's say, recolonize it in 10 or so turns, I'm not too upset about that. We should be able to get a nice little skill and chevron buff for this army. We'll get some nice money and some skill points, and we'll sort of reduce the effectiveness of chaos forces operating west of the wall. This is a crazy looking settlement. Look at this. I haven't seen anything like this. The Red Fortress over the Great Bastion. Just those towers looks very Lord of the Rings, and the lava as well. Look at this. And some of the architecture there as well. You could nearly use this as a like a Lord of the Rings Total War map. Oh my god, look how good that looks. It looks like we're fighting in some Dol Guldur settlement. Oh my god. I'm just looking at these assets. I'm really quite impressed. Modders. I'm sure you're aware of these. Because from what I'm aware, in Total War Attila, a lot of... Is it Bretonia? Maybe it's some of the Warhammer 2 models have been ported over. Some of the tower drums, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's give out some attack orders. We'll move the rams up. Turtle or tortoise rams. I don't even know. I think they're just called rams. I'd have to ask it there. Because now I'm ultra confused. Because tortoises, you would imagine this is a tortoise ram. As its armor and it's got 4 legs. Wheels. But there's the turtle gate. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe they are a turtle rams. But turtles are in the sea and have flippers. And tortoises have stumpy legs. But here are some of the aspiring champions. We're going to really struggle to break and grind these downs with Jade Warriors. So we're really going to have to rely on our crossbows to really help on out. Thankfully, we've got a lot of crossbows with armor-piercing rounds. That's going to be huge. Because if we've got like peasant archers that fight with little sticks and quivers, it's not going to do too much. Right, they're not really clustering up overly too much there. So we're going to have a little bit of a hard time getting our spells off. But hopefully we can get some of these armored trolls and marauders and cavalry softened up. Hit that chaos spawn at the back there as well. So we are advancing. I'm surprised we weren't able to attack straight away. Seeing as we could have had arrow towers technically spawned. Sorry, siege ladders technically spawned, not towers. We need the battering rams. Alright, our crossbows are actually arcing their shots quite well. And as we move on up against the chaos forces. But yeah, not really too much else we can do. There is no other hospitable territory near me. I'm assuming that's why once the rifts open up again, we can actually use the rift to pivot to any location on the map. Which actually might be a good idea. There, I did identify, like, basically where we are. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map. Sort of down west, sort of southwest is the Ogre Kingdoms and their territory. It's actually not that hospitable for Cathay. Further down, like, let's say the bottom south of the, sort of southeast of the map is. But I don't know. We might actually get to a stage where we might need to send an army into the Empire, some of the fertile lands over there, maybe get rid of some of the disloyal, dissident elector counts, let's say. Because at the moment we're chilling, we're vibing, we're actually ironically turtling up a bit. We're in a really good position. We're investing into the economy. We're at the stage where we're doing these raids like this over the Great Bastion because we're holding it. Just because we can. I like to have at least like one army going out and doing something, so we'll just have to see how we go. I will have to keep Miao Ying though, probably within Greater Cathay. Within the region of our capital, because she's the only one that can be sent to the Chaos Realms. But we're in a really interesting point in the campaign because we're being essentially rewarded from the the hard effort and hard fought victories we won earlier in the campaign. Because by the look of it, it's fluctuating quite a bit. I am keeping an eye on the possibility and the numbers of confederating with Xiaoming. I just don't know if there's too much I could do. I think it's just a matter of time. We're not at the point where we can pay him off like 40,000 to come join me. But we'll see how we go. He's a bit crazy, Zhao. Bit of a loose cannon. Okay, so we're actually struggling a bit here. For my Jade Warriors to get on over. We'll send some of you around because you've actually got a pretty good flank on here. There are currently 4 supply points and then there's 2 capture zones that we need to take. I knew our Jade Warriors would suffer, but it's a tier 1 unit. You think they'd be doing a little bit better. So, oh god. Look, you know what? Maybe swinging my crossbowmen far on this side to get them up on the wall. They might be able to stand there and shoot down. Because, I don't know if you're noticing, the AI has actually done a really smart play here. So what they've done is not allowed the Jade Warriors to push further into the city square, the city and the streets. They're actually camping essentially the holes of the wall where you come out. So they're squishing us here big time. We're winning on the walls, but we're actually, anytime we're coming out, we're getting smashed by the Chaos Spawn and the armored trolls that are sitting there. They do have some arrow towers scattered throughout, but they haven't been too much of an influence of this fight. It's something to have a look at, though. I just think we might just need some help. Oh my god, we've lost 700. I knew it was a clear defeat in the auto resolve. Well, both times. With or without battering rams there, I didn't say I had a chance. I knew it was going to be a tough one. That should soften up those spawn and trolls. Okay, you're still got a pretty decent flank on, but it looks like you might have some company here. With some Marauder horsemen. Okay, yeah, so just get up there and then arc your shot over there if you can. I just hope that there isn't a bug that they don't shoot. Wasn't that a thing in the old Warhammer? I can't remember. I have a bad feeling, maybe. Right, hit those Marauders here. Go you into the town square, then hit that. We are putting a dent into some of them, but some of them are just really holding their own. Okay, that's nearly good enough for you to get your shot off here. Just continue to put the pressure on. You know what? Instead of focusing from right to left with the spell, let's mix things up and go from left to right. Maybe we're going to open up a weird angle on some of them and soften them up a bit differently. No, maybe not actually. It looks like there was less on that left-hand side. We might have been better off on the right. Okay, now that you're here, get your fire into that. Some of them are shooting. That's good. Come on, why aren't you shooting? Okay, that's annoying. The thing is as well, they're so flush to the wall, the enemy units, the enemy combatants, that we can't arc up and over the wall properly. Like, hit this unit here that's running. I know I'm not giving you enough time, but maybe we have to do something like that. We just got to be quick, because we got to be in there and start peppering them before these Jade Warriors fall. Because look at this. Looking at the trajectory and the health of these units, some of them won't be here for much longer. Alright, let's go with another spell. Yeah, form up, get in here, then start hitting them. I know for a fact once you're in there and have formed some sort of relative formation, you should be able to get those crossbow bolts off. Here we go, that's a bit better. Now hit that unit that's now charging you. There's an arrow tower now in range, but that's alright, we need to keep an eye on that. Okay, so this Forsaken unit's now charging. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little bit costly, this. This wasn't the most... I was thinking... sort of frugal assault just to annoy the AI. Like, I wanted to be quite economical in the approach. We're going to have to get a bunch of new Jade Warriors, which is annoying. Oh, maybe not too many. We've got automatic replenishment. Just matters if they don't get fully depleted. That unit of Forsaken that pushed up is now gone. And now we've captured that first supply point. Dude, look at that. Our Jade Warriors are just melted away. But to be fair, for a tier 1 unit against a lot of decent Forsaken, some aspiring champions, some pretty heavy Chaos hitters, they've lasted quite a long time. Now we need the crossbows to do the work. Alright, hit those armoured trolls. That's what we need you to be doing. Some of them are retreating now, though. Get that in. They're now gone. Come on. It's probably just the general unit at the back there now. Because technically it's not just an individual unit. It's actually a singular entity unit, rather said. It's actually a unit. Alright, let's just try and make a play for the town square. Or the first capture point. That one, that's the end one, but there's a first point we need to take. Oh, hang on. There we go, victory. Oh my god. I don't know, honestly, if we would have lasted much longer there. We'll get the crossbows just to get some cinematic shots on those armoured trolls that are running back into what looks like Sauron's lair. Very cool. Close battle, I know. Alright. Lost 1,000 in the approach with only a 700 settlement. Oh my god. Yeah, the Chosen. Oh, the Inspiring Chosen didn't do as much as I would have thought. Oh, I thought they were doing a lot better than that. The Armoured Trolls did heaps. Same with the Chaos Spawn, crikey. The Marauders, not so much. But the general unit there. Alright, so we got 1,000. Oh, look at this. So we get 5,000 for a sack or 2,400 for a raise. I'm going to raise it because I want to. That was the whole point of this. We wanted to go over there and weaken them. If we can basically destroy everything in the red waste, because there's the warbands that spawn because of the Great Bastion, and then there's like the faction that's over there. So if we can defeat the faction that's over there, there's going to be a lot less chaos build-up that attacks the Great Bastion. You know what I'm saying?
The tome flickers to life. Fates will clash. Person will roar again. The power it shall unleash will see more rifts open. Be wary of demons escaping these portals. However, they also present an opportunity to slip into the realm of chaos.
Okay, cool. So, we should have some more rifts we have to deal with at some point. Alright, so we're 59 turns into the campaign. Tech-wise, we're moving into finishing here. But the Warpstone Desert, the ogres that were there have been destroyed, courtesy of Kiros Fate Weaver. He's now come back, and we've got an army here that we can go down and colonize the tower. So we'll move you down from Shangyang. I've also sent Miao Ying as well to come down and deal with Kiros. She's actually defeated him literally in the same area before. I feel like what I've noticed is Kiros tends to spawn down there. I think it's because he's got territory within the Ogre Mountains. I haven't actually played as Kiros yet in Warhammer 3. However, we do have to deal with him. The Great Bastion is basically secure after the siege at the Red Fortress, and we've had very little resistance. But Ursun's Roar has now come out, so we're probably going to deal with rifts at some point. Also, I got the events and tech back in harmony. I've still got to deal with characters and buildings. So I am working towards it, but I'm not stressing about it. Oh, okay, that's annoying. I was not expecting that. So, Kiros Fate Weaver has actually attacked my caravan that was moving through my territory. That's super annoying. That army isn't going to beat that. I think they've just been caught. Look at that. That's nothing. 3 units and then 2 units of archers. Damn shame. Like, look at that, man. It's not even. It's literally not even worth playing that. There's no way I could win that. Damn. Well, there goes the caravan and probably 1,000 spent. I'm not joining your war. Sorry. Okay, so, I guess we send one army to colonize the tower here. I kind of wanted that southern province to unite all of the Warpstone Desert. We've actually got the opportunity now to do so. So we'll send you there. At half health, you should be okay to defend any attack from Kiros. Oh, they've taken that as well. Alright, we'll send Miao Ying to attack Kiros Fate Weaver, and we'll have the battle against him. Oh, you fool, you fled back.
I will earn my mother's trust.
In the wrong direction. That's annoying. Can I hit you? No. Now that we've taken all the Warpstone Desert, we'll just go with the financial buff. We're not dealing with any Confederation penalty. Oh my god, look at it. What? Oh. Oh wow. Look at this, guys. Kiros has destroyed most of the Ogre Kingdoms in there. That is a lot of settlements. That's nearly like... Oh my god, 5, 6, 7 nearly. Oh wow, maybe we should go there then. Free colonization. Huh. That's complicated things. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. Unfortunately, Kiros has actually moved south, which really sucks.
The Tome of Fates knows all. The rifts are our opportunity to reach the Chaos Realms. Now, I truly earn my fee. And yet, a gateway opens both ways. While we may traverse the rifts to enter the realm of chaos, or even be transported to far-flung areas of this world, we must close the gateways not required, or the demon tide that flows forth will lay your lands in ruin.
Sorry, I got interrupted. That's quite a quick turnaround for the rifts. They're already back. Okay. Yeah, I might have stuffed up here, because I don't know if we've got movement to get to Kiros. Anyway, we should be able to deal with those rifts. That's not going to be an issue. But we will be able to go to the next Chaos Realm. I'm thinking Nurgle. Okay. So we can destroy this army. Decisive quite easily, actually. This is annoying because they've actually baited me here. Because they need to destroy that army, otherwise they're going to hit my others. But we're not going to be in range. And I don't particularly want to go in force march. Like, even if I do, actually, if I do go in force march, I'm not going to... There's no garrison there. Far out. Anyway, we need to send another caravan. This little surprise encroachment by Kiros has actually set me back a little bit. We do have better... We have a lot of caravans in reserve. So thankfully it wasn't a good tier one that got caught. Alright, more trade has opened up. We can get trade with the Great Orthodoxy with Costalton. And the Ice Court with Catherine. So we'll do... Actually, we'll get trade with Catherine. And then maybe the Great Orthodoxy next, I don't know. We don't want to... They're sort of opposed to each other. Hochland will do that instead. But we are really swimming in the trade. Okay, so I guess we deal with some of these rifts, and then we have to deal with the Kiros situation, which I kind of caused. Alright, so the beauty is with these rifts, you can actually attack them in force march. That's a huge thing I'd recommend if you've got the army, particularly the first and second wave. You can deal with them. Alright, so we've got to deal with this Slaanesh one. Close the rift. Oh, so we can't even go into the Blood God's domain again. We have to go to another one, which is fair enough. Okay. Okay, so it's slightly grown a bit. They're getting stronger and stronger. Yeah, so it makes me think it's sort of making me want to stay within my territory. I'm just trying to think if I should expand out now, because they are growing. Because we have to do 4, maybe 5 more of them again. I don't know. Alright, so... I'm trying to think if we should abandon the Great Bastion. I think we're okay. I could manually fight anything that comes at the Great Bastion. Like 2 full stacks, I could easily win and fight that. I think it's worth sending the armies that are garrisoned there, especially if they've got range, just to close some of these rifts. I'm going to auto-resolve a lot of these because, look, I've played a lot of them. And they're not overly complicated. Just open field battles. And there's a lot of them as well. Like, how many rifts show up in my huge territory?
Redouble your speed.
And they're mostly clear-cut victories as well. But we're getting a lot of money for it, which we can, of course, invest right back into the local economy. Yeah, so that look a bit better. Cool. Another rift bites the dust.
shrine to our ancestors.
And another one. And another one. So I guess we just chase down the other ones there. Alright, I guess we end the turn and continue. And hopefully he continues to siege, and then we'll get Miao Ying to come in and mop it up. He's attacked. I've stuffed up. I'm going to have to manually play this one. I might be able to get rid of Kyros, but I don't have any hope for this. Look at that. We are just way too depleted. I don't even think, let's say, a Legend of Total War could probably win that one. Look at that. That's like all those units are 95% health. Alright. The Battle of Acess Tower. Yeah, I guess we just try and soften them up and weak them as best, and try and take out as many of them as we can. But the thing is, because they're shielded, I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to do once we beat our way through. I guess we just chuck it on 3 times speed and just try and delay and build arrow towers and try and get them to do most of the work. But I do fully expect to lose this battle. It would take a miracle to pull it out. I just don't think it's possible. Alright. Because that thing is going to come flying in and disrupt any archer fire pattern we've got. Here comes Kyros himself. I've actually already beaten Kyros in the campaign pretty early on. We picked up his trait. If this army was to survive, it probably would have been the play to give her the trait. The Shogunga Lord. Oh wow, they're really flanking hard. Yeah, look at this. Like, my peasant archers can't stand a chance to any flying unit. Oh my god, they're like fully capitulated. It's not like we had any resources in reserve either. There's no garrison protecting because they just colonized it. To be fair, we're not losing that much. It's just a Jade Warrior and peasant spam. A couple of them had silver chevrons though, but nothing too crazy. I'm actually in the process of reorganizing and essentially modernizing the army, so it's actually not going to be too much of a hit. I actually might get to a stage where I'm just like disbanding Jade Warriors and peasant bowmen. We're not making a dent on anything. I guess we just focus everything. Like, we're not going to be able to hold this. We might just need to control A and just throw everything at Kyros. Because we've knocked his shield. Yeah, let's just do that. Focus on Kyros. If we get rid of him, that will just make Miao Ying's job easier. Because we've been surrounded, we've been enveloped. Hit Kyros. Alright, his shield's down. Throw everything we've got at him. Dude, we're just getting royally smashed. Look at that. Those aerial bombardments are cooking me. Alright. I guess maybe destroying his shield for the next fight. I think it just automatically replenishes though. Dude, we did nothing to that. Kyros 32. Yeah, outnumbered 2-1. Mostly it was the health of the boys. We weren't able to hold on through, unfortunately. That's annoying. Ah, don't sack it. I'll raise it. Far out. Because now we're gonna have to recolonize it again. I'll send another army to do so. Exiles of Khorne have entered the Chaos Realm. And we've lost a Lord there. Okay, I guess that might actually allow me to... So where'd he go to? Golden Tooth... He went to Zinch. Okay. So no one's gone to Nurgle that I'm looking at. Oh, you're still running away with your feathers between your legs. Alright, let's get rid of Kyros here. A decisive victory, of course. We've already played a battle against him. Now I'm pissed off being able to play being made to play that other battle. I don't want to play that one against him. Stupid bird brain. Right, so I guess we push further south now and assess the situation with the ogres. Alright, so Gunpowder Road, we can actually upgrade Nangal to the highest tier settlement. Tier 5, look at that. Whew. Provincial capital. That's awesome. Alright, back down to the south, still closing rifts where we can. We want to try and recolonize again. And I guess in the next episode, episode 8 coming out soon, we're going to venture into the Chaos Realms. Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking Nurgle, but we could very well do Zinch after what he just did. Kiros. We can get a Yang or Young, a dragon-blooded. Shogun gun. Or Gur. Whatever it is. And we'll get that in as reinforcements. Alrighty, so we're 64 turns in now, and this is what we're looking like. Xiaoming still has the Dragon Gate, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Gotta say a huge thank you to CA for making this Let's Play possible, of course. And we've got a bunch more Cathay content coming out on the channel. Yeah, let me know. Should I make a play into the Desolate Ogre Realms? It's going to cost a bit, but it might actually be worth it. We might actually have to get rid of his fortress there, to be honest. But the ogres are not looking good in this Warhammer 3 Cathay campaign whatsoever. More westward and sort of north there they are, but in our direct sort of vicinity, ironically near the Great Moor, it's not looking good for them. Anyway, thanks guys. Without further ado, I've got to play the outro now. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.